Yes, people, how we all doing? Hope everyone's fit and well. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about who are the most dangerous men in prison. Now, you'll probably be expecting us to be naming people like I've done on previous videos saying who is the most dangerous. But what I'm going to talk about in this episode is who is actually the most dangerous inside of prison. And the most dangerous ones inside of prison are the ones that have got nothing to lose. And generally, it's not the hardest ones. Sometimes it could be, as you would call, or you might think, as someone has been soft, as in not being able to fight. But these are actually the dangerous type, because the dangerous ones are the ones that won't think twice about using a weapon on you. Now, the weapons, as you'll know if you've been following my channel, and when you've seen on other prison documentaries or other prison channels, they're made out of all different types of material. The ones that they use the most is like a toothbrush with normally 2 or 3 razors melted into it. So you get the end of the toothbrush and you like burn the bristles and everything down so it melts, and you wedge the razor blades in the top of it so that they don't come out and they're molded in. And those are the type of tools that people use. They used to actually have glass bottles, glass coffee jars, glass plates, where you would eat your food on. You could buy your own plates off the canteen list, but they've done away with all that now. And these are the type of tools that these most dangerous lads use. And I'll give a few examples about the most dangerous ones. So if you can imagine, you've got somebody in prison. He's got a bit of a name. He's quite violent on the outside. He might only be short. People might look at him and think that he's not very hard. It doesn't matter if you're hard or not in prison, because being able to fight, it might help you in prison. Being a big lad might help you in prison, because people might think twice about doing something. Or people might think, well, if I do something to him and he gets a hold of us, he's going to kill us the size of him. But a lot of these lads that get paid to do stuff are drug addicts, or the one money sent to the family on the outside. So they'll get paid sometimes a substantial amount, sometimes a tiny amount, depending on who it is and what it's for. But these are the most dangerous men, because imagine, I've just done another video there before about drug addicts in prison. So if you want to go back and have a look at that one, and it explains it a bit more in there. So imagine you've got someone on the wing who's got an enemy on the wing, and he doesn't want to really do nothing because either he doesn't want to get moved off the wing, he doesn't want to get his hands dirty himself, he doesn't want to maybe he's let the person know that it's him, where it's come from. So what they'll do is they'll pay someone, and it's normally the smallest drug addict on the wing that'll come up and say, I'll do anything for a hit. So they'll go down, they'll give him, depending on what type of drugs in the prison, they'll give him a bit of spice, a bit of subby, or a bit of heroin. And what he'll do is he'll wait his time until the person that he's going to attack is in the most vulnerable position, either in the shower or doing something, playing pool. It's happened where the lad's been playing pool, taking a shot. They'll come up behind him with the razor blade, with the toothbrush, with the razor blades in, and slice him down the face. And what they normally do afterwards is just run as fast as they can down the other end of the wing. Because, like I've just mentioned, they can't fight. So they'll do anything for it. And once they've done this, they'll run away. And by the time the lads realise what's went on, the alarm bell's been pressed, the screws running all over, and he's more concerned about holding his face or wherever he's been sliced, cut or stabbed, because he's in pain because of what's just happened. And these are the most dangerous ones. Even though you might say, well, the person that paid him to do it is the dangerous one, it's the ones that do it, or the dangerous ones, the ones to watch out for. It's happened a lot of times. It's happened in prisons where I've seen these, a lot of the time it's the young lads that have got nothing to lose. They might be doing a life sentence, or they've done this, they've got a reputation for doing it, because there's a lot of lads that's got the name for doing hits in the prisons, and they'll do it for, like I've just mentioned, they'll do it for £10 worth of canteen, or they'll do it just to get the protection or be well liked of these other lads. And I'll give you another instance on the other weapons or tools that they use. You'll have all heard of napalm, or they call it hot, or they call it jugging. There's a few different names in the different prisons, but it's made up of hot water, sugar, sometimes jam. They put copious amounts of different things in it to inflict the most pain on you. But every prisoner has got a travel kettle. So it's just, obviously you all know what a travel kettle is. And these kettles, if you keep your finger on it, it just keeps boiling and boiling and boiling. So you can imagine the aftermath of that when it's been filled up with oil, jam, water, well obviously water, sugar, and it's just been boiled and boiled and boiled. They go out onto the landing and chuck it in someone's face. And I've heard the screams when it's been done before, and the aftermath of it is horrendous. It's especially worse on the black lads, because obviously their skin, when it heals, the black lads, it's like more patchy, whereas obviously the white lads, when they get it, it's more pink, big pink blotches, and it heals up a little bit better. But I've seen like the aftermath when one of the black lads have had it done. It makes the face all patchy and it disfigures them, and it's not a very nice sight to see afterwards. But again, a lot of these people that have had it done to them, some of them have been sex offenders that have been on the normal wings and they've been found out, so someone will say, right, go and do that to them. But getting back to the moral of the story, those are the most dangerous ones, and they're never to be underestimated, anybody in prison. People have made the mistake before of thinking, oh, he's only small stature, we'll take the piss out of him, we'll bully him. And the next day, he's come out of his pad, ran up and tried to stab someone's eye out, or just take as much anger out on them as possible just to get moved off the wing and to show them that he's not a victim. It happens all the time. Violence is rife in prison, but the most dangerous ones are the ones that have got nothing to lose. Like I've done videos before when I've said the 5 most dangerous prisoners in the country. And a lot of the time I've mentioned like the murderers that are in there with nothing to lose. But a lot of these lads in the Cat C prisons, in the Cat Bs or the locals, these are very volatile and dangerous people as well. And these are the ones you've got to look out for. So in prison, even though people say it's a holiday camp, it's easy, you can get on with your time, you might think it's easy, but you make one wrong move in there and you're going to get it, and you're going to get hurt big style. You're not just going to get a backhand or a slap or a punch. You're going to get a weapon used on you. I've seen in the cat ears where they'll be walking around with spikes, when in the workshops, wherever they used to get them, you used to have to be like a 6-inch spike that would be sharpened down into a point, which is like a pickaxe. Not a pickaxe, what do you call them? An ice pick. And in the woodwork shop, they used to drill a hole into a bit of wood to make it into a handle, put the spike inside of it, wedge it in with glue, so you've got like an ice pick, and lads are walking around with these as well, and they're passing them on to the other lads to go and take out hits on people, the most dangerous ones that are in the prisons. And again, when the people are chucking hot oil over people, it's not the ones that have got the beef that do it, it's the ones that they pay to do it. So for me, they're the most dangerous ones, the ones that have got nothing to lose, and the ones that are willing to do it for a £10 bag of smack or a ball of spice or whatever. And they're the most dangerous people in prison. Anyways, I think I'll leave that one there for now, people. I just thought I would give you a quick update and a quick cover on the dangerous people in prison. But I've got loads of more content coming up, so stay tuned, people. Enjoy the rest of your day. And as usual, like, comment, and subscribe. Take care, everyone.